Hi, welcome back. This is Garande Abdullah, and this is Uganda. So we are continuing with our application of the book app, which is Bookmate, and where we ended when we had written our themes, but we were changing them manually. So in this video we are looking at how we can automate it, how we can make it be automated, or maybe using the BLoC pattern. So what we are going to do already, since we have our BLoC, since we have our dependencies installed, that is the Flutter BLoC and the BLoC itself, we are now going to add here the buttons that are responsible for changing this theme. And for that case, I think we may just use the radio button. So what you are going to do is we are going to create a radio button. I think let me just do it here. We are going to put here some radio buttons with the different themes for toggling. So we are going to say widget, build radio, okay, build theme button. And now for this we are going to pass the app theme, which is theme value, which is theme, and we are also going to pass the app theme, no, not app theme, but we are also going to pass the current state. No, not the current state. We are going to pass theme, the app theme, which is current theme, and now also we are going to pass the label, which is the label to that particular theme. Now the theme, this is the theme. This is now what that button will be representing. The current theme, that is the one, the app selected theme. And the label, now that one will be the particular label for that particular theme. So we are going to begin by, okay, we are going to return so let's create a row widget, main axis alignment dot start, give it some children, and now we are going to have a radio button as a child, a radio, and now for this radio we are going to be passing the app theme. Okay, it's going to be of type app theme. So what we are going to have, active color. Now for this active color, we are not we are just going to refer to the theme, to the app theme data, and we shall take the secondary, that is the color scheme dot secondary variant. That is what we shall take as the selected color. And also we shall have the group value. We shall have the group value being the current theme, and we shall have the value being the theme. Okay, and we are going to have unchanged, which is going to provide us unchanged is going to provide us with a theme. So unchanged is going to provide us with app theme, and they are saying that this app theme may be null. Okay, so also let's put here label, that is text. We pass our label, And now to style this label, we shall just decide to use say style. This is going to be theme of context dot text theme dot body text 1. We can put the font size at maybe 14.0. 14.0. Okay, so if you have realized if you realize well, whatever we are doing, we are not trying to repeat ourselves. And like for example, if you look at the theming of this label, we haven't gone through that hard of saying let's decide to let's say give it this theme, give it give it this font size, give it this font weight, the font family, whatever. We are just referencing to the app theme, that is the theme data itself of the application. So this one saves us a lot, and in case we need to change the theme, it becomes very easy. So that's it. So what we are going to do, we are going to get this. Okay, we are going to get this, and we are going to put them here. This is where we are going to put them. And let's just put them in a column form. So we are going to have the first theme, which is app theme dot light blue theme. And now the current, we're just going to say that app theme dot the current, we are just going to say that is dark blue theme. And now the label is going to be light blue. Okay, we shall duplicate this for the dark theme also. Now this is going to be dark blue theme, and now this is going to be dark blue. Okay, so let's try to refresh this. Perfect, we have it now. We have it well, so it's already showing that it's the dark theme. Is the dark blue, so which is active. So what we want to do is, I think we are going to remove this counter stuff, this counter. Yeah, we are going to leave it there. I think okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to create the necessary blocks, and then we introduce them to this application. So what we are going to come to the blocks part, and we are going to create the following files. We are going to create for the one which is responsible to handle the theming of this application. I think we can just call that app settings. So that is going to be app settings block. That we are going also to create the events for that particular app settings. I like separating them. So this is app settings dot app settings event dot that. It's app settings dot that. Okay, we are going also to have app settings state dot that. Okay, so we now have them. So what we are going to do within the app settings, within the app settings block, we are going to introduce the two. We are going to bring the other two files, that is this events and the state files. because they're part of this file. We are supposed to have everything within one file, but just for readability and to make our code easy to maintain, for readability and maintainability, that's why we are separating them. So we are going to have part. So the part of this is going to be the event, and also part 2 is going to be the state. App settings state dot dat. Oh shit, state dot dat. Perfect. So we now have them. So also what we need to do is to go to these particular files, and we tell them that, hey, you're part of the other file. So we are going to say part within the app settings event. You are going to say part of, that is app settings BLoC dot app. Now so this is going to be part of app settings state. Also app settings BLoC dot. Actually this is better. Now that means that whatever importation that we need to do in each of the files will be done within the parent file, that is the main file, that is the app settings BLoC. Okay, no importation is going to be done within these individual files directly. So let's create the abstract part of the app settings event, and that is the interface, which is the main interface for this event. Is going to be abstract app settings event extends equitable. The reason for using equitable, first of all, is to make sure that it becomes very easy for us. It becomes very easy for us to pass the props, and also to equate this particular events in case we need to. Okay, extends the equitable. So we need to import this equitable. I think something's wrong. Oh yeah, it is abstract class. Okay, it's abstract class. And if you check the BLoC part, we have the equitable imported. So we are just going to shift it up a little bit up. Okay. Okay, we can just have it that way. So that means that now we can now create the events, the necessary events for these app settings. So we are going to have init app settings, yeah, extends app settings event. So this is init app settings that with this we plan to use it, let me say, to trigger the first events, let me say, like initializing the theme, initializing all the settings that are necessary for this application. So we shall bring in the overrides, and nothing, we are not passing any prompt. So the other one is going to be toggle theme extends app settings event. Now within the toggle theme, now this toggle theme is the one which is going to be responsible to trigger the change of theme. So this we are going to pass the app theme itself. We're going to pass the selected app theme that we need to toggle. And now this is okay, this is final. This is final, and we need to create a constructor for it. So we are going to also pass it here as a prop app theme. So that is toggle theme init app settings. What else? For now we just need that. Other things will come in later. Also, now we go to state, we do the same. We shall create the abstract class for the state, that is abstract class app settings state extends equitable. Okay, so we are going to create the first state, which is class app theme state. This is going to be theme state extends app setting state. Now the theme state, this is the one which is going to be emitted every time we change the state. Okay, every time we change every time we change a theme. So whenever we change a theme, the theme state is going to be emitted, and whoever will be listening will be able to capture it, and consume it the way he wants to consume it. So this is going to be this is also going to be having is going to be carrying the app theme. So let's bring in the overrides, and now for this override we are passing the app theme. Let's create the constructor for it. Yeah, now for now we just need that. For now we just need that. We don't need to do much. And now what we need to do is now go to this app settings block and be able to create to finish the creation of the app settings block, and also create the necessary listeners for the other events. So here we are going to say we are going to bring in and say class app settings block will extend to block. Okay, we're going to extend to block. This block is just going to come directly from there, and within that block we are passing the app state. I think just to be sure, that is the app event and app state. So that is app settings event and app settings state. Those are the two which are expected. And now we need to create a constructor for it. A constructor, the initial state. Initial state. Okay, within the initial state, we are just going to pass theme state, or let's just pass uninitialized as the initial state. So let's create an initialized state, which is just duplicate this and call it an initialized state. Now, okay, what we can do at that part of the initial state, we can just decide to show the default theme for this application, the first theme that is going to be displayed, instead of okay. So let's just pass the default theme. Okay, we are just going to say theme state, and we are going to pass the app theme dot. We are going to use a light theme for now, light blue theme as a default theme. Okay, and now we need to create the listeners. We need to listen to these events, so we are going to create the listeners this way. The previous versions of the block of the Flutter BLoC were mapping state we're mapping events to state. That's how we were doing it. We're just getting the events and we map them to state. But right now they have changed it. Instead of doing it the other way around, because there's the other way of streaming. Okay, there's a way it was. Okay, there was some bit of concurrence issues, which were not well handled. And wow, for this, once you emit, the changes will be triggered there and then, and you can do all the events concurrently. If you still need to use the previous the previous methods of mapping the event to state, still you can just initialize. You can just declare that within the run overrides of your BLoC. I think I'll show you where to put the run overrides. Okay, so this is going to be, we are going to say on, and on the first event, which is on init app settings. On init app settings. Here, okay, here it is expecting two things. It's providing us with two things. That is the event itself with the emitter that is supposed to trigger the changes that are supposed to be published. Emitter is work is to publish the changes. So what we are going to do, we are going to say handle app settings. Okay, handle settings initialization. Okay, and we are going to create that particular method. I'll terminate this and create a particular method. As I told you, it gives us the event and the emitter. Okay, the emitter, this emitter will emit a state. So also we shall do the same for on toggle theme. Yeah, on toggle theme. So we are going to handle theme change. Handle theme change. Okay. Now this is this init init app settings, or the settings initialization section. Here its main work is going to be maybe to try to check within the preferences file and see if we have a default theme that we already set. If maybe the user previously had set a particular theme, and that is the one which we shall emit so that it can be enabled for this user. Okay, so that's all. That's it for now, and we shall come back to our main file, and we try to wrap it with the necessary. We are going to wrap our main file with the necessary providers and other stuff. Okay, so what you are going to do here, we are going to wrap our my app or main app with a provider, and that provider is one which is going to be supplying our application with the settings. The reason why we need to put this at the root of the application, because the app theme is something that happens with the main file, which happens within the root of the application. So we need to be providing this. We need to be listening from the root directly, and so that we'll be able to trigger the changes to the necessary children. So what we are going to do here, we are going to use a provider, and for this case we can choose to use a single provider or a multi provider. So since here we plan to have multiple blocks, we are just going to have a multi provider at once. So we are going to do multi BLoC provider. Okay, multi BLoC provider, and we need to import this. This is Flutter BLoC, and multi BLoC provider, it is expecting the provider as itself with the child. So this is going to be providers, okay, which is a list of the provider itself, then the child that is supposed to be rendered against this that is supposed to be rendered within this mod provider. So here we are going to have the child, and now the child is going to be displaying that on my app. Everything is supposed to be fine. Good. So what we are going to do here, this is where we are going to pass our app settings block here. We are going to pass it here, and you are going to say BLoC provider. And now for this BLoC provider, we are going to create, we pass a context to it. We pass a context to it. This BLoC provider is going to be mainly for the app settings block. So when we pass it here, we are on the initial question is going to be app settings block, just like that. So now our provider is already within the root application. It means that now we can reference to it at any time that we need. So this is what we are going to do, is we are going to come back to our my app here, and we are going to wrap this with a BLoC builder. Okay, we're going to wrap this with a BLoC builder. Now the BLoC builder is the one which is going to be listening for the new changes. So this is BLoC builder, and now the BLoC builder is going to be one of app settings block with the app settings state. Okay. We need to provide anything else. The BLoC did already we have our BLoC in the main, so for now we may not need it. And now this builder is going to will give us the context and the state. Okay, builder and the state. So from this state, this is where we can get the initial theme. This is where we can get the theme that has been triggered, and we are going to say theme state. Okay, we are going to say app theme, which is probably null. App theme is going to be null, of course, for now. And you are going to say if state, the one that has been triggered, is equal to, if set is equal to okay, let's check. If state is theme state. Actually, if state is theme state, it means that whatever has come in is whatever theme that has come in is the one which we are supposed to be rendering. So we are going to say the app theme, okay, should be equal to state dot app theme. Okay, so that's it. State dot app theme. So here we are going to come back here down, and we shall provide this with the theme state, with the theme that, and it's okay. It's probably now. So what we are going to do, in case we fail to get the theme, we are just going to display to give the user a dark theme temporarily as we wait for the initialization to happen. So the argument object can't be assigned to the parameter. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is up theme dot, oh shit, up theme. No, okay, so this is what you're going to do. We are just going to get this up theme, okay, and we shall say app palette dot theme data, okay. We shall look for the app theme, okay. That's here what we need to do. We shall look for the app theme, just like that, because the theme data is having is the one which is having the app themes in form of a map, okay. So let's refresh this. Yeah. So because we just need to restart it. Oh. Wait for it to restart. This guy was yelling a lot. Oh, so we actually didn't need to do the null stuff already. It was showing that it was null. It's taking a little bit longer, and there it is. It has been restarted, and it has been restarted with a light theme, and that is because it's the one which is which we provided as the initial here. That's what we provided. So if we declare this to be a dark blue theme as the initial, it means that that is one which is going to be displayed. So okay, so what we are going to do is now we are going to come back to the toggling of the theme, to the theme toggler, so that we can give it the right themes. Okay, so also we are going to wrap this column with the theme, with the builder. So we are going to wrap this with a builder, which is a BLoC builder. BLoC builder, and BLoC builder is app settings block and app settings state. Okay, so what you are going to do is, this is our state. Okay, you're just going to do the same way we did app, and we are going to do this. We are going to do this way. Okay, so it means that remember, we're passing the current theme and the theme, the current theme that is selected. So here, this current theme, we are going to pass. We are just going to say now this current theme is said is going to be the app theme. Okay, it's going to be the app theme. Okay, so okay, let's just do this. We're going to pass the app theme. Yeah, it is yelling because it is expecting a non-null value, so we're going to do that. Okay, in case it's null, so it means that we are going to check nothing. So that means that we are going to go down, and here we are going to tell you that now we are expecting a null value, just in case. And now we are good. Let's try to refresh and see. Loading. Yes, it has loaded too. a light theme. It means that that is the current theme. So now let's now trigger the changes, or let's toggle this theme by saying app BLoC, app settings BLoC dot os. Okay, we're just going to say BLoC provider dot of context. Okay, app settings BLoC. In case we have plans of let me say reusing this BLoC multiple times, it means that we can initialize it. We can initialize it upper in the maybe in the init state, but since we are just going to use it once, so why do we have to do that? Let's just do it here, and we are going to say add. We are going to add the event that is toggle theme, and toggling the theme, we are going to pass the theme that has been selected. Going to pass the theme. Okay, so this one is expecting a null theme. So what you are going to do, you are going to go under the toggle theme, and we tell it, man, anything can happen. We may have a null value. Okay, so that we shall just handle it there. So on selecting any of this, it means that we shall have to toggle our theme. So let's handle the logic behind the switch of the theme. Handle theme change. So we are going to have the theme that has been brought. We are going to have the theme that has been brought, that is app theme. We shall get it from the state, that is event, or from the event dot app theme. Okay. For now, we are not going to do much. We are just going to emit it. We are just going to emit it for whoever needs to consume it, so that they can consume it. Later, we shall look at how we can catch this theme, so that in case we restart the application, we are able to get it. So we are going to say emit. Okay, we are going to emit the theme state, and the theme state that we are going to emit is going to be, we are going to emit the current theme, and now that is going to happen only if it is not null. So we are going to say if this theme that has been brought is not equal to null, or just if theme is not equal to null. That's why we are supposed to handle all that there. So it means that this is not necessary. So let's reload and let's check it out. To dark. Yes, just changed to light. It's taking long to light. Takes long. Why? To light. I think this has frozen. Okay, let's check to light. Light, okay. Dark. Light. Okay, switching to light is I don't know. Oh yeah, okay, my point is down, which is not pointing well. So to dark is okay, to light, yeah, dark, light. So that is okay. Now that is working fine, though we needed it to work. So what we are going to do is we are now going to catch this theme. We are going to how to catch it. Maybe in case we restart the application, we'll be able to resume to the selected theme, to the previously selected theme. So that's what you're going to do. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are first of all, okay, we are going to use shared preferences for this. So we are going to wrap this within a try and catch block, just in case there is an error we shall be able to catch it. So here we shall print any error so that we'll be able to know it better. But you should not go with this print method in production. Okay, so what we are going to do here is we are going to initialize the shared preferences, and we are going to share shared preferences. Okay, this is preferences, is going to be preferences, shared preferences is going to be wait, and this is our sync. Okay, this is shared preference dot get instance. Okay, so we shall get the we shall call for the theme of, okay, here now within the shared preferences it means that we are just going to catch the theme. That is it, we're just going to catch it. So what we are on catching this shared preferences, you either pass a string, an integer, a boolean, but not an enum, I think. Let me see, preferences dot put dot set. Okay, set. Okay, they have the string int double boolean, so enumeration is not supported here. So what you're going to do, you're going to come to our app palette, and we are going to create the themes for this on that is going to be part of the constant. So we are going to say static constant. This is a map of enum, that is of app theme with string. And this is going to be theme strings. Theme strings will be that. So we shall have the app theme dot light blue. This is going to be light blue. Okay, light blue theme. So let's call it light blue theme. And the app theme dot dark blue. This is going to be dark blue theme. And the other one of green. Okay, the app theme dot light green. This is going to be light green theme. And now the app theme dot dark green. This is going to be dark green theme. Okay, so it means that's what we are going to do. Save this, have no business with it, come back to the blocks. Okay, so after verifying that the theme is not null, so what we are going to do, we are going to say preferences dot set string Okay, so this is going to be up constant dot theme strings, and now we are going to be looking for that particular theme. Let me see. To position expected just in case, or a key and a value. Okay, yeah. So the key is going to be up theme. The key is just going to be up theme. That is our key. Let's see. Okay. So that's it. It means that every time we toggle state, we are going to be saving the changes to the theme settings, to the preferences of the app theme. So that's what you're going to do. So now on the initialization of settings, this is where we are going to get this. We are going to get the theme that was saved and now emit it to the user. So what you're going to do is we are going to get this, bring it here, that is share preferences, and now this is a sync. Okay, and you're going to say this is going to be string theme, and now this is going to be it's not going to be set, but it's going to be get string dot get string. Okay, pass the key that, and I think this is wait. Okay, it's probably not. Okay. So what you are going to do is we are going to now look up this theme string that you have got within the app settings stuff, so that we see if it matches. That's the key that we get. That is the one which you shall have to display. So you are going to say app constants dot theme strings dot let me see that contains value. What we need to get the index, or we need to get the one which matches the value. Update string for each contains cast, add entries, the entries to brings an iterable. Okay, so what you're going just to do is look for each, and now this is going to be up theme selected theme. Okay, up theme, initial theme, or just a theme. Okay, so we are going to say if value dot equals, okay, sorry, dot is equal to theme string, then it means that our theme should be equal to key. Okay, our theme should be equal to key, and at that particular moment we just break this loop. Okay, we can't just break the loop like that. Okay, so that's it. And afterwards you are going to check if theme is not equal to null. We shall now emit it. We shall say emit theme state with the theme. With theme state with the theme. So that's it. Okay, let's pray that it works. So load. Okay, toggle the theme to dark. Okay, dark, light, dark. Okay, so what we are going to do is so we in order for this to work, because if we restart our application right now, it's just going to bring the light theme directly without anything. So in case for this to work well, what we are going to do is we are going to come to the main file, and I think you have seen it has brought the light theme. We're going to come to the main file and call for the initialization of this settings. So what you're going to do is we're going to say app settings.BLoC dd, and afterwards we are going to add is it here to add dot add, and the one which we are going to add is app init app settings. So that's what we need to pass. Okay, so that's what we are going to pass. Init app settings. Let's reload and let's restart. So on restart, it means that it has to bring the dark theme. I think you have seen. We toggle to light. If we restart, it means that it will be light. Okay. And if we toggle to dark, okay. If we toggle to dark, and we happen to restart the application, we should be able to see that thing. Perfect. So that's it. And in case you have any question, feel free to leave it in the comment section. And in case you have any suggestion, also do the same. You can also reach me out on my email, which is hassanoflat@gmail.com, or you can also send it directly to the channel email, which is garantechsolutions2011@gmail.com. The Twitter handle is garande4 GitHub. Follow me on Garande. The link to this code is going to be added in the description. Thank you so much. Have a good time. Have a good evening. Oh, anyway, before closing, actually, we had also talked about the green stuff. In case for those who want to implement the green stuff, you can feel free to let me know if you need it to be implemented, and we shall implement it. If you don't need it, If you don't need it, you can maybe do it at your free time, and you can try to initialize the green theme and also put it within here. You can put even 20 themes. Okay.